Hey everyone, welcome back to Cars Update. Today, we're diving into the 2025 Isuzu MU-X, a 7-seat, body-on-frame SUV that's been making waves in the off-road and family hauler scene. Isuzu's given this beast a serious mid-life facelift, and it's packed with fresh looks, upgraded tech, and some serious off-road chops. So, buckle up, because we're going to take you through everything you need to know about this rugged yet refined SUV. Its design, performance, interior, tech, safety, and how it stacks up against rivals like the Ford Everest and Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the MU-X's journey. The Isuzu MU-X has been a favorite for those who want a tough, reliable SUV that can handle both daily commutes and weekend adventures. Launched in Australia in 2013, it's built on the same platform as the D-Max Ute, sharing that rugged DNA. By 2024, Isuzu sold nearly 18,000 MU-X in Australia alone, making it the second best-selling large SUV behind the Ford Everest. That's a 30% jump from 2023, which shows just how popular this vehicle is. For 2025, Isuzu's listened to customer feedback and rolled out a facelifted model with a new flagship trim, the X-Terrain, plus a bunch of updates to keep it competitive in a crowded market. So, what's new on the outside? The 2025 MU-X has a bold, aggressive look that screams adventure. The front fascia is where the big changes are. You've got a redesigned hexapod grille that's wider and more imposing, flanked by sleeker bi-LED headlights with sharper, more angular LED daytime running lights. The fog light surrounds have been tweaked, too, giving the MU-X a more modern, almost sporty vibe. The new X-Terrain flagship stands out with dark body accents, 20-inch black alloy wheels, and an exclusive slate gray metallic paint that gives it a premium, almost Audi-like flair. Other models get new wheel designs, too, with 18-inch alloys on the LS and LSE trims. Around the back, you'll notice restyled LED taillights and reshaped bumpers that add a touch of sophistication. 8 color options are available, with premium finishes like pearl and mica costing an extra $695, except on the X-Terrain, where it's included in the drive-away price. Now, let's talk dimensions. The MU-X is a proper midsize SUV, measuring about 4.85 meters long, 1.87 meters wide, and between 1.815 to 1.825 meters tall, depending on the variant. It's got a ground clearance of 230 to 235 millimeters, which is solid for off-road work, and it can wade through water up to 800 millimeters deep. Compared to something like the Toyota Prado, which can tip the scales at nearly 2,600 kilograms, the MU-X is lighter, ranging from 1,970 to 2,195 kilograms. That lighter weight helps with fuel efficiency and agility, which we'll get to later. Let's pop the hood and check out the powertrains. Isuzu's kept things simple and reliable with 2 turbo diesel 4-cylinder engines, both carried over from the previous model but proven to get the job done. The base engine is a 1.9-liter that pumps out 110 kilowatts of power and 350 Nm of torque. It's a frugal option, with fuel economy rated at 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers, but it's only available on lower trims like the LSM and LSU, and it's limited to a 3,000 kilogram towing capacity. If you need more grunt, the 3.0-liter turbo diesel is the one to go for. It delivers 140 kilowatts and a meaty 450 Nm of torque, and it's available across the entire range. This engine bumps the towing capacity to 3,500 kilograms, which is competitive but slightly behind rivals like the Ford Everest. Both engines are paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Manual fans, no stick shift here. You can choose between rear-wheel drive 4x2 or a part-time 4-wheel drive system 4x4 with high and low-range gearing, plus a locking rear differential for serious off-road work. Speaking of off-road, the MU-X is no poser. It's got a switchable 4WD system that lets you toggle between 2H, 4H, and 4L for different terrains. There's also a rough terrain mode that uses the ABS to redirect torque to wheels with grip, perfect for tackling loose surfaces. Hill descent control keeps things steady on steep declines, and that locking rear diff ensures equal power to both rear wheels, even when traction is sketchy. I had the chance to take an MU-X through the Black Duck Valley 4x4 Park in Australia as part of Isuzu's iVenture program, and let me tell you, this thing eats up rutted, boulder-strewn trails like it's nothing. Journalists at the launch were impressed, too. One even called it mind-blowing for its ability to handle near vertical climbs without breaking a sweat. On the road, the 2025 MU-X has seen some tweaks to its suspension. Isuzu's engineers worked with Australian conditions in mind, fitting new dampers with 6.6% larger pistons and revised valving. This improves body control at higher speeds and on corrugated roads, making it a solid choice for long highway drives or outback treks. The ride is relatively quiet and refined, with good stability, though it's still a body-on-frame SUV, so don't expect car-like handling. The 3.0-liter engine feels punchy enough for highway overtaking, but the 1.9-liter can feel a bit underpowered, especially when towing or climbing steep grades. If you're after performance, the 3.0-liter LS M4X4 is the sweet spot in the range, only $2,000 more than the 1.9-liter version but with way more capability. Let's step inside the cabin. The MU-X is a proper 7-seater, with enough space for adults in all 3 rows, though the third row is best for kids or shorter trips. With all seats up, you've got 311 liters of boot space, which is decent for groceries or sports gear. Fold the third row down, and you get 1,119 liters, plenty for a family road trip. Drop both the second and third rows, and you've got a massive 2,138 liters, enough to sleep in the back if you're camping in the rain. The seats are designed with EVA foam cushioning to reduce vibrations, and they're super comfortable, especially on long drives. The LSM and LSU trims get high-grade cloth with a new vertical wave pattern, while the LST and X Terrain step up to perforated leather accented seats, with the front row offering electric adjustments and heating. The interior's seen some nice upgrades for 2025. The dashboard and door trims have been refreshed, with stitched accents that add a touch of class. The big news is the new infotainment system. The old setup was a bit clunky, but Isuzu's fixed that with an 8-inch touchscreen on the LSM and a 9-inch unit on higher trims. Both now have physical volume and tuning dials, which are way easier to use than the old push buttons. The screens are sharper, faster, and support wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus DAB plus digital radio. You also get off-road displays for things like terrain mode, incline angles, and tire pressure monitoring. The X Terrain and LST even come with a 360-degree surround view camera, which is a game changer for parking or navigating tight trails. The instrument cluster's been updated, too. Lower trims get a 4.2-inch digital display, while higher models like the LST and X Terrain get a 7-inch multi-information display that shows everything from fuel range to sat-nav directions. Storage is another strong point. There's a dual glove box, large cup holders, a center console bin, and door pockets that can hold bottles. There's even a 220-volt socket in top trims for charging bigger devices, plus USB ports and a 12-volt outlet in the boot for things like a car fridge. Safety is a big focus for the 2025 MU-X, and it carries a 5-star ANCAP rating from 2022. Isuzu's Intelligent Driver Assistance System, or IDAS, is standard across the range and has been upgraded with new stereo cameras for better accuracy. You get adaptive cruise control that reads speed limit signs and adjusts automatically, lane keep assist, traffic jam assist for low-speed stop-and-go traffic, and blind spot monitoring. There's also autonomous emergency braking, rear cross-traffic alert, and traffic sign recognition. The 360-degree camera on higher trims adds an extra layer of confidence, and automatic high beams and rain-sensing wipers are standard. One thing to note, these systems are designed to assist, not replace, safe driving, so always keep your eyes on the road. Let's talk pricing. The 2025 MU-X range starts at $46,990 drive away for the 1.9-liter LSM 4X2, making it one of the most affordable 7-seaters in its class. The LST 4X4 is $69,990 drive away, and the flagship X Terrain 4X4 comes in at $73,990 drive away, including premium paint. That's a $1,000 to $2,000 increase over the previous model, but the added tech and refinements make it worthwhile. For comparison, a mid-spec Ford Everest or an entry-level Toyota Prado can easily cost more. Isuzu also sweetens the deal with a 6-year, 150,000-kilometer warranty, 7 years of roadside assistance, and 5 years of capped price servicing at $469 per year or 15,000 kilometers. That's a solid value proposition, especially for those who plan to keep their MU-X for the long haul. How does it stack up against the competition? The Ford Everest is the MU-X's closest rival, with similar off-road capability and a slightly more polished interior. But the Everest's higher trims can push past $80,000, and its 3.0-liter V6 is thirstier than the MU-X's diesels. The Toyota Land Cruiser Prado is another heavy hitter, but it's pricier and heavier, which impacts fuel economy. The MU-X also faces competition from the SsangYong Rexton and LDV D90, which offer great value but don't match the Isuzu's reliability reputation or dealer network. One downside: the MU-X's 1.9-liter engine lacks the punch of some rivals, and the 6-speed auto feels a bit dated compared to the 10-speed units in some competitors. Still, for those prioritizing durability and value, the MU-X is hard to beat. So, who's this SUV for? If you're a family looking for a versatile 7-seater that can handle school runs, grocery trips, and weekend camping adventures, the MU-X checks all the boxes. It's also a great pick for tradies or outdoor enthusiasts who need a tough vehicle that can tow, go off-road, and still feel comfortable on long drives. The X-Terrain trim adds a bit of street cred for those who want a flashier look, but the LSM 3.0-liter 4X4 is probably the best all-rounder for most buyers. Now, let's address a couple of drawbacks. The 1.9-liter engine, while efficient, can feel underpowered for heavy towing or steep climbs. The interior, while improved, still doesn't feel as premium as a Ford Everest or Toyota Prado in higher trims. And if you're coming from a pre-facelift MU-X, the changes might not be drastic enough to justify an upgrade unless you really want the new tech or the X-Terrain's sporty looks. Also, keep in mind that the 4X2 models might be phased out in Australia due to stricter emissions standards, so if you're set on rear-wheel drive, act fast. One cool thing about the MU-X is Isuzu's iVenture Club. If you're an Isuzu owner, you can sign up for off-road trips and towing training with accredited instructors. It's a great way to build confidence and make the most of the MU-X's capabilities, whether you're exploring Australia's outback or towing a caravan to the coast. Let's wrap this up. The 2025 Isuzu MU-X is a rugged, reliable, and versatile SUV that's been sharpened with a smart facelift. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel, but it doesn't need to. With its updated styling, improved tech, strong safety suite, and competitive pricing, it's a compelling choice in the large SUV segment. Whether you're hitting the trails, towing a boat, or just hauling the family around, the MU-X delivers without breaking the bank. If you're in the market for a 7-seater that balances adventure and practicality, this one deserves a test drive. Thanks for joining us on Cars Update. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 Isuzu MU-X, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more automotive content. Let us know in the comments what you think of the MU-X or what car you want us to cover next. Until then, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the road. Closing scene. The MU-X drives off down a winding mountain road, kicking up a bit of dust as the camera pulls back to reveal a stunning sunset.